What is Dada?
Well, Dada was an avant-garde artistic and literary movement that started in 1916. It was founded in Zurich, and it spread to multiple different countries and places, as the name Dada Globe, which we're talking about today, implies. It was a movement that was interested in breaking down hierarchies, breaking down traditional established notions of what art could be. A lot of these artists were responding to a lot of the horrors of World War I and wanting to really create a new playing field of what was possible for art and literature at the time.
What made Dada different from every other art movement that was happening during that time?
So Dada really was breaking all of the rules that had come before, and all of the artists who were involved with Dada wanted to do things differently than they had been done. So artists were thinking about how to react to what was going on in the world around them, which many movements had, but in a new way. Artists were thinking about, anything can really be art if we say so. So if we take an everyday object and we call it art, then it is art, and we don't have to abide by the same hierarchies and rules that other movements have gone by before.
What are some of the underlying themes of Dada?
Right, so Dada comes in many forms and many guises, and different Dada artists were interested in different themes. Some of them were engaging more politically and making art that was about the politics of the time, the kind of feeling in the air after World War I. Some artists were interested in new technologies, so some artists were thinking about new methods of mechanical reproduction, about new machine technologies, and incorporating those elements into their work. Some artists were thinking about the idea of authority and wanting to undermine the idea of authority and make everything more equal and equalized. Other artists were thinking about everyday objects and turning everyday objects into art and erasing the boundaries between the two.
How did the Dada movement revolutionize art?
So the artists who were involved with Dada really embraced a spirit where anything was possible, and a lot of old rules that had to do with what art could and couldn't be were broken. So they were mixing genres in a way that I think artists today really embrace. You can see back in 1916 when Dada was founded, those artists were working in the realm of performance, which now we see artists working in performance today and think that it's a very new thing, but actually it was happening way back in 1916. The idea of embracing everyday objects as potential material for art has been incredibly influential for art since Dada. The idea that any object that you could take just by naming it art or calling it art or treating it in a certain way could be transformed into something magnificent.